Check out the PBA's website for a recap of today's championship round, and make sure you log on next week for detailed coverage of bowling's U.S. Open, including features on PBA players, squad-by-squad coverage, and the latest inside information from Phoenix. All this and more at www.pba.com. Next week, of course, we will be in Phoenix, Arizona for the U.S. Open.
Halfway through this match, 2 pins separating all the players. But the other guys are working on strikes. Patrick needs to get something going here.
And he does.
Excellent shot.
Looked like he moved in, Brian.
Yep. Well, that was it all week. He could play right up by the gutter or move in. Patrick's just such a great shot maker. You very seldom see him off balance. Every single time it looks exactly the same. And he's got really good hand action.
This comes down to such concentration when these three are locked in this close of a battle.
Norm to take a 9-pin lead. Gets the light hit.
Norm's just getting his groove on. He says, you know what, guys? I got a lot left here, and let me show you what I can do from the gutter.
Just the ball was a little light the last time on that lane. He made a little adjustment and get to the light. Bob to stay with Norm. To actually take a 1-pin lead with a strike here. It's close.
Well, while Norm Duke has his candy bar, Bob Learns knocking him down. This is a battle of 2 great veterans. Then you have the youngster, Patrick Healey Jr., standing right in there with him. Go ahead and finish, Norm. It's okay.
Wow. I have no trouble trying to breathe down there. Norm's having lunch. That's good.
All right, Patrick's down 12 pins to basically both guys. A strike here would just put him right back in the match. And trips the floor.
Wife Teresa likes it.
Boy, just super people. His wife, Teresa, her son, Victor, just sweet people. Very nice people.
Yeah.
Patrick's Spanish is getting very, very good, too. I was carrying on a little conversation with him in the parking lot last night when we got done.
I'm trying to convince him to move to San Antonio.
A little more speed on that. He's waving it in. He got there.
Good body English.
He knows he got away with it. Just a little bit too much speed.
I'll have what he's having.
Light hit once again. The ball tickles the 5. Headpin takes care of the rest. Bob to stay right with him.
That's amazing. You can throw that straight ball and knock these logs down like that. That's left.
That's left.
That was left all the way.
He likes that.
That's a huge break. Let me tell you something. Shooting the 3-6-9-10 on that left lane, that's no bargain.
Look how close he is to the ball return.
Well, Bob drifts left, and when you're playing, when you're playing the gutter outside the first arrow, you've got to get as far right as you can.
There are times when you have to manipulate your approach because of the ball return. So it's quite possible he would like to stand farther. Uh-oh, that's trouble.
Now, Randy, you or I were talking, when you start varying your approach like that, sometimes your vision gets off of what you're seeing. That can be a problem. You have to adjust that.
Hard to strike, no problem.
Well, let's see how Patrick needs to make the 2-8.
There's really two ways. Norm Duke, when he shoots this, throws the ball dead straight, tries to hit the 2-pin dead on, but you're going to see Patrick hook the ball at this. Anywhere on the right side of the 2-pin will carry out the 8. Anywhere on the right side of it with this much hook.
Now, Patrick Healey, who led rounds 1, 2, and 3 of qualifying, yet to win on the PBA Tour. How about a chance to win, and you're going up against 2 veterans like Duke and Learn?
Yeah, well,
my goodness.
If I was going for my first title, Norm wouldn't be my first choice of opponent to try to win against.
And this to take a 20.
That's pure.
That was pure.
Not enough O's in sweet for that, or smooth for that. I'm not going to ask you who your first choice would be, because I think you're still in a bad mood.
Well, I'd take Ryan Schaefer. No, just kidding. The guy wins last week.
Oh, so, boy.
You called it, Randy. You said we've seen a couple gutters this year.
Well,
unopportune.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate time for this to happen. But, we saw this all week. You play that close to the edge. One gets away from you. You miss it just a hair at the bottom, and it's in.
He didn't get that off his hand the way he wanted to. And the big goose egg. On a spare, too. That's devastating. You lose 10 pins in count. And now he goes 30 pins behind Norm, even if with a spare. And that's usually what you see. You miss to the right, don't want to throw it in the gutter again.
Absolutely.
Miss to the right.
Yep.
Just like that.
When he looks over at his wife, Stacy, can only shrug his shoulders as we take a look at the scoreboard. Norm Duke now with a big-time lead. He's working on a 4-bagger.
Right now, he's probably looking at Patrick Healey as his only competition this match. If Bob were to strike out, he would probably shoot 216. Norm's working on a 230 pace. Any kind of fill in the next 2 frames is going to beat that. So he's looking to beat Patrick Healey right now.
Down by 23 pins.
Left lane.
Left lane.
You know, when we talk about margin of error, there just is no margin of error, it appears, in the left lane by hooking the ball. You know, you miss a little left and the ball goes further left. That's the worst kind of scenario you want to be in. You want to be able to miss left and have the ball fade towards the pocket.
I think the other thing, too, is when the lanes are tough, and throwing it straight is the best way to go. And all these kids at home trying to hook it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this guy just running him over. These other guys are getting stopped like a narc at a biker rally trying to hook it. Norm's getting out there with a straight ball and just peeling him.
Yeah. And that puts him on a 240 pace. The best Patrick can shoot is 224. Bob Leonard can shoot 216. So barring any kind of disaster,
Right.
Norm will be in the next match.
Does he play it safe now?
I think he'll stand left and try to hit the head pin, or at least miss left. He's not going to get close to the gutter.
Well, Bob was doing a little dancing out there, trying to get the ball to move.
Let's put it this way. If Norm does miss, it's going to be left.
It will be left, yes.
And that's the mindset he'll probably have when he throws that shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss. We'll miss left.
Norm, who really struggled in 4 of his last 5 games in match play, sub 200 games. He was trying to get the ball outside of the line early, and he has done that here today so far.
I bowled Norm the game before position round, and he said he was having trouble getting to the foul line, which, I don't know, Brian, you know Norm a lot better than I do, but I would translate that into a little timing problem.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you're a versatile player and you go from playing the lane a particular way, rolling it straight, hooking it, your feet are faster. I mean, you've got a couple different games, and there's like 3 different dances. They're all different steps. And, you know, sometimes you just don't get everything in sync.
And he's probably the best at going from one to the next as quickly as he does. It doesn't take him 4 or 5 shots to go from one to the next, like it does me.
Well, that just about does it for Norm Duke.
That's the advantage of being able to roll the ball straight. You got a higher percentage. The ball's going to hit it kind of solid, but it bounces to the right. Deflects to the right because he rolled it straight. High percentage shot.
Patrick Healey with a strike, but our winner is Norm Duke in match number 3. And he will advance to the title match against Chris Barnes. You couldn't have scripted any better. And Bob Learn will look back at that gutter ball.
One shot.
One shot. With a strike, coming up next, our championship match as Norm Duke looks for his 3rd win of the year. Barnes versus Duke next.